What's good? Today is Tuesday, February 10th, 5:48 p.m. I ain't gonna say it's the end of the day, but we are getting there. Today's been a great day thus far. If I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, I have been extremely productive. Like extremely productive, man. I was able to get a lot of work done today, which I'm very, very happy about. Almost no wasted time, no wasted movements, which have been nice. I've been able to do some editing, edit the podcast, able to do some laundry. I be lazy when it comes to editing the podcast and putting out shorts and stuff like that. So for me to be able to go ahead today and stay on top of everything, honestly, is a blessing. So I'm very, very thankful for that. It's been a cool day. Now I'm playing a little bit of Madden. And after this, I need to fold my laundry and do some other stuff. But overall, it's been a great day. So I really cannot complain. I really did not waste today, which is great. It's been one of my prayers, and I've been praying about really just not wasting time or wasting less time and really making sure that I'm using the day wisely, using the time that God has given me wisely. So, but what I wanted to talk about today are the easiest ways to obtain peace. I think nowadays, honestly, I don't even really think peace is really that hard to come by for real. I think we make it harder than what it actually is to obtain peace. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think there are many ways for you not to obtain peace, and I think it's easier now to become distracted and to have a lot more commotion going on. By the way, I'm playing some Madden while I'm talking to you. So I can understand why people might find it difficult to obtain peace, but I don't think it's the hardest thing to do, to be honest. So here are just some easy ways that I find to obtain peace. One, first and foremost, you must put God first. I believe, well, it says in the Bible, the Lord does bring joy. The Lord also brings peace. One of my grandmother's favorite Bible verse, I think it's Psalm 46:11. 46:11 or 46:10. But it's essentially peace be still, you know. Stillness brings peace. The Lord brings peace. The Lord's presence brings peace. Your relationship with the Lord can bring you peace and bring you joy. Understand that the Lord loves you. He wants the best for you. And you just have to put your trust in Him. And if you truly just put your trust in the Lord, then peace will come. Trust that He's going to take care of you. Trust that He has your best interests at heart. Ask the Lord to guide you and trust that He is actually guiding you down the right path. Always something going on, man. I swear. Trust that He's guiding you down the right path and that He's watching over you and that He's protecting you. And that is going to bring you a lot of peace in and of itself if you're really able to grasp that idea. And a part of that, because I do think, especially if you don't have a relationship with the Lord and you already don't have that thinking, I think that takes time. But I think something that goes hand in hand with that too is positive thinking. There's a book called The Power of Positive Thinking that everybody should read. It is a fantastic book and it has changed my outlook and it has brought peace to my life, honestly. But thinking positively is huge for obtaining peace. Understanding that everything in life doesn't necessarily need to be taken as seriously. When something bad does happen, you don't necessarily have to think negatively about it, but you can control how you perceive the situation and control your actions and how you manage to move forward. That in and of itself brings peace. If somebody comes and slaps you across the face, the majority of people are going to go up and want to fight, and now it's all this big hoorah. Now you're not at peace. Or you can I'm not saying get slapped in the face and just let it happen. So maybe that was a bad example. But you could actually get slapped in the face and look at it from the positive side, you know? Well, yeah, this person slapped me in the face and ran away. Okay, fair enough. So maybe I couldn't get my lick back. But, this person could have shot me. Person could have stabbed me and put me in the hospital. Now I'm in the ICU or I'm in the emergency room. Homie slapped me, and so it could always be worse. Things are bad, but could be worse. I'm still healthy. I'm still okay. So a lot of the things that disrupt our peace are ourselves and how we choose to perceive things. So we really got to work on thinking positively, thinking on the other side of things, and truly just focusing on things we can control. There are many factors that we can't control, and there's going to be nothing that we could truly do about it. But there are things that throughout our day and throughout life that we can control, and everything is about focusing on the controllable and what you can do. And if you're able to master that concept and master that, then you'll be able to have peace, I believe. Because once you start to focus on the things you can control, the things you can't control really don't bother you as much. They really have no effect over you. Focusing and paying attention to the positive things in life, to the positive things that are going on are huge. And another thing that's really good, a part of this whole focusing on what you think, is gratitude. Think about all the things that you are grateful for. And a lot of people always focus on the things they don't have, like especially, I mean, majority of people don't have a bunch of money. There are a lot of people out there living in the hood. I mean, if you look at me, I mean, I say I'm hood adjacent, but we damn near close for real. So like, yeah, I could live in a significantly better place. I could be in a place that has freaking central air. I'm in a damn hot box. That's why I'm shirtless half the time in here. It's hot as heck. Winter and summer be baking up in here. Like too hot. So I could always focus on that. I could focus on, I have to leave here to go do my life. Like there's so many things I could focus on about the negative. But look at all the things I'm grateful for, you know? Thankful to be alive. Someone didn't wake up this morning. I'm thankful that I have shelter. Yeah, it's hot in here, but I have shelter. I have a place where I can lay my head at. I got a bed in there, you know? And on top of that, it's hot in here, but I have heat. It's February. It's cold as hell over here in Connecticut. I'm thankful that I have heat. I'm grateful that I have heat. I appreciate everything that's going on. I remember times where I couldn't go to the gym because I was injured. So now I'm thankful to the Lord that I'm able to wake up and I'm able to go to the gym. I'm thankful for the Lord for the people he's put in my life, for my parents, for my sisters, for my friends. I sit back and I think to myself, look at all the things I have. Look at all the things the Lord has given me. I have a really good job, you know. I'm thankful that I'm able to not only pay my bills, but have extra money to where I can hang out with my friends. I can hang out with my family members. I can buy things that I want. I could do what I want, you know? Like there's so much to be grateful for. And there's so much to truly appreciate in life. And if you focus on the things that you're grateful for, focus on the things you do have and you don't, compared to what you don't have, it'll bring you peace. It'll bring you joy. It'll bring you happiness because you'll truly understand how blessed you are and what you do have. And one of my last points, uh, this can be taken to an extreme, so I think you have to be careful with how you decide to do it. But I believe isolation is a huge way to bring peace. Now, not everybody's going to be this way. There are people out there who are extroverts and who want to be around people all the time, which is fair. I'm more of an introvert. I'm both, but I definitely lean more toward the introvert side than I do the extrovert side. And also, you don't want to isolate too much to where you can't have a conversation with somebody, where you can't talk to somebody and connect with somebody on a deeper level, where you can't make friends who are positive that will help keep you positive and who could bring you up and pull you up in your time of need. So you do need a sense of social interaction and social ability to where you're not isolated. But isolation brings peace strictly because when you are alone, at least this is what I believe and this is what has worked for me, I'm in control of everything. Outside of God, of course, but like I'm by myself, nobody around here can force me to be in chaos. I create the environment I'm around, you know? I'm right now chilling in my house, playing Madden in a very quiet environment. There's nobody running up in here. There's nobody telling me about problems that they had or anything like that. There's nobody bringing any type of extra commotion in here. There's none of that. So when you're alone, you're truly able to control what's going on around you. You can also do the things you want to do. And typically, if you're doing things that you want to do, you're probably more happier on average. And you're probably more at peace on average, I would like to say. But isolation cuts out the chaos that other people can bring. Isolation cuts out the BS that other people can bring. Isolation cuts out any drama that other people can bring. You can truly focus on yourself. You can truly focus on your own thoughts. You can truly focus on what you're doing. You can truly focus on your environment and what is around you. And I think that is huge because you're able to create your own peace in a way. Because you're almost in control of everything, and there are no outside factors that are going to come in and ruin your day. Compared to being around a whole bunch of people and then you can't control what somebody says, and then someone says something slick to you, now all of a sudden you upset. Now you want to do something. Now you feel some type of way. Now you got to sit there and be like, okay, it's not that serious, it's okay, and calm yourself down. Compared to if you were alone, that would have never happened. That situation would have never happened and you wouldn't be in the position that you are right now. So that's why I think isolation is huge in terms of just having peace, man. Because you'd be surprised how a lot of people let other people ruin their peace. A lot of people let other people ruin what they think, how they might think about themselves, how they might think about the certain situation. You know, energy, people could feed off of your energy. So you have someone who's nervous or angry. Now all of a sudden you nervous. Now you angry. Now you feel some type of way just because so-and-so walked into the room and yada, yada, yada. So I think isolation is a huge one, but you got to be careful with it because if you just isolate forever, I mean, yeah, I guess you'll be at peace, but also in life you need people. In life you need to have good conversations with people. And there are going to be times where you are down, where you might not be at peace. And having a relationship with somebody who's positive and who is at peace, talking to them can help you. There have been many times where I have talked to a friend of mine and they have helped me feel better. I've talked to a friend of mine and they have almost brought me out of the slump that I was in, you know, and that they helped me in my time of need. And when I needed them most, they were there for me. And if I was isolated all the time, 24/7, that would have never have happened. But you got to do it. We got to be smart with how you move. But I do believe, especially with someone who I'm introverted anyway, so I'm more inclined to this type of lifestyle. But because I am alone a lot of the time, I'm at peace a decent amount of the time. I don't deal with BS. And it's pretty easy for me to walk away, even if I am around a bunch of people. And if I just feel some type of way, I have no problem just leaving. Like, just separate myself. Once I realize things, you know, you finna make me upset, I'm like, I ain't even really trying to do this for real. I'll just leave. I'll go home. I don't care. I'll sit in my car if I got to. You know, I'll walk to a different room, go to a different place. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it for my spiel. You know, hopefully you find this somewhat helpful. But I think these are the easiest ways to get peace. And also, we live in a world where I guess it could be harder at times because of social media, because people are on their phones, because you might watch a certain video or see somebody doing this or that, and now all of a sudden you're angry. So I do think, I guess, another extra topic or another extra point would be maybe limit the amount of social media you use, amount of phone time you use, because you could probably go on your phone and go on YouTube, Instagram, everything else, see something, and now all of a sudden you're a little thrown off compared to if you just connect with the world, probably won't be as upset. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Love you, Brody. Keep your head up. Keep working. Catch you on the next one. Peace.